Well folks, welcome to the latest video. So we found this at the local market, a Makita pressure washer, and it seems to be working. So I'm really just going to do a strip down just to make sure everything's okay with it. There's no actual faults we're looking for. Well, we might find some, but we're not looking for any. Well, this is a huge beast that hardly fits on the bench. Oh yeah, so this is not a very accurate beast, I'm afraid. But if we look at the lance here, there's a slightly dodgy O-ring on there. If you measure it carefully, they're about 3.9 on here. So there's not a lot of blipping leeway for that O-ring. But I suppose the pressure washer, you know, it's got to seal properly, hasn't it? So I'll try and measure that. Okay, so we have a worn out O-ring. As far as I can see, this measures about 13.9. It's probably supposed to be 14, I don't know. And the plastic bit on the other end measures about 13.9. And then the recess the O-ring sits in measures 11, so that's about 3ish. So that's a 1.5mm O-ring without any sort of fleshy bits protruding from the outside. So if you put a 2mm O-ring on, that's about 0.2 outside, and that looks like a 2mm O-ring. So I'll see what I've got. So what you got to remember is, if this O-ring here, if you see cracks in that, you won't be able to get the pressure. If you can't get the pressure, then there's no point having a pressure washer. This one here is not so critical because that's coming off the tap. First thing I need to say is that I actually don't know how this comes apart, so we're on a journey, folks. Oh dear, several different kinds of screws are coming out of this. I think we're sticking on the these bits, I think is what's sticking on. I think that hose pipe thing needs to come off first, I think. Uh-huh. So I'm kind of guessing that's not supposed to be loose like that. So it's a pretty good job we took it apart then. Don't know what's going on there. If you look at this, you've basically got an input, an output, a motor and a switch unit, and that probably cost the manufacturer maybe 50 quid or something. You got a plastic molding, which is probably another 10 quid each for the whole lot. It's probably costing the manufacturer something like 80 to put these together. So with a fair bit of profit, you would think, you know, maybe 160 quid for one of these, something like that. But I think they're a lot more than that. There's a huge amount of profit in these things, I tell you. So we need to fix this, and I can't get this off at the moment, so I need to work out just exactly how to get it off. So we finally split the case. And there are quite a few screws missing on the case. So it seems that the motor is supported in the case by these little bits there, which is kind of interesting because it's not actually bolted to the case. Get this where the viewers can see. We've got a lead coming out there, which has got exposed wires. I don't really like that, so we've kind of got to get in here. Don't really know how that comes off at the moment, but I think probably we are going to have to take this tie wrap off first. Is that really? Does that hold the whole motor on? Just the tie wrap? Really? Is that really true? Yeah, I think it does. Oh god, that's weird, isn't it? Just a tie wrap holds the motor on. Right, I don't actually have another one, so I'll have to do it that way. Do you know what? If you look at this, it's just a tie wrap and a piece of metal. Wow. That's astonishing, especially for such a hefty motor. God. That's the only one I've ever seen like that. Looks like we got star drivers on that. Well, that's coming off. At the end of the day, there shouldn't be much more behind here than the brushes, really. This is right at the top of the unit, so it's where the water won't go in theory. So, yeah. So the electrical gubbins should be at the top, if you think about it. If you were trying to design something like this, and you wanted to keep the water off the mains electric, so I'm guessing that just won't come off, just like it's supposed to, you know what I mean? Because it's just never that simple, is it? Is this like electric motor sarcasm or something? Is that what they call it? I don't know. Hey! Yeah, it's going, it's going. Hey! There we go. So at the top we have a fan. And I don't know about the motor brushes, but I should be able to get this off now. So that black piece of plastic that I just took off, that was stopping this coming off. Come on, come on. Okay, so that's a big capacitor. So that suggests that we've got an AC motor, does it, I think? AC motor start. So this maybe doesn't have any brushes then. Okay, that might well be the case. Sure. What the? Oh, phew. What I just want to do is to tidy that up, because I think somebody's put that on there. I don't think that's the original. We need some kind of a cable stopper on there. Okay, so I've put a tie wrap on there, and that should stop the cable coming out. That actually is quite dangerous, really, especially when you've got a unit that's getting exposed to water. That's not the safest thing ever. And yeah, man, I don't know if somebody's been messing. Maybe they have, because not all the screws on the case were the same type of screw, so it's possibly the case that someone has been messing. So that goes that way, I think. That way, yeah, that way. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, when I was using this thing, I had a little bit of trouble with the switch, and I wasn't entirely sure what was going on with it. So this is a very large capacitor, 16 microfarads. Yeah, looks like that O-ring has to go on first, I think. So that O-ring is obviously sealing the water, so we need to make sure that's pushed down. Well, that's nicely on. It's pretty solid now, and it was a bit loose when I took it out, so that's all pretty good. This type of soft casting, I don't recommend you use power tools on these, because they can strip out really easy, and then you've got a bit of an expensive problem on your hands. That goes on like that, and I would say that wasn't fitted properly before either. There you go. Amazing. So we appear to have a tie wrap holding this thing on. Maybe I'm at the wrong angle or something. So if I do it that way instead, that'll probably do it. Right, nice and tight on that thing. That'll be good. So now we try and put it back on. Now this whole thing goes on by the motor sits using this bar piece here. So this bar thing that's across the back of the thing, that kind of goes on the motor, and then you basically screw the thing together. I found a couple of extra screws for it. Oh well, that's just, there you go. I found a couple of extra screws for it, and one of them's a little bit longer. It should grip a little better, and we're almost there. So I could not get the wheel off, so what I did was I drilled a hole in the wheel. I'm assuming that's what you do. There you go. Okay, that's it all screwed back together. So I'll work on the lance a little bit. I'm going to take the handle apart just to check this, because you see that it's really slack. So just should have a bit of springiness to it, really. Ew. Okay. Well, there isn't very much in there. So there is very clearly quite a bit of play in that. So I've worked it up and down a bit, and I've put some oil on it, and it is working better now. So I still think there's a bit of play in there though. So just looking for leaks there. You can just see there's a little bit of a leak on the low pressure side. The high pressure side is fine. Nothing going on there. That's perfectly dry. So where we changed that O-ring has definitely worked, and it is now a lot more powerful than it was before. Well, that ends our little mini service of the Makita pressure washer. Still don't really know what model this is, but it seems to be very powerful anyway. It's also quite heavy. Got a nice long lead on it, and a nice long hose on it. The lance is now working properly, which is fine, and it seems to be running a lot better too now, and it's not leaking anywhere, so which is a good thing, having changed the O-rings and all that. Okay, so that's the end of this little video, folks. Thanks so much for watching again. Bye.